Yes, people, welcome back. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, because Arsenal, you have your striker. Arsenal have completed the deal for Viktor Gyokeres from Sporting Lisbon, who signs not a 1, not a 2, not a 3, not a 4, but a 5-year deal. Arsenal have come out and said, yo, Victor, you are going to be our striker that helps lead us back to a league title or potentially a Champions League crown. There's intent there. They're showing that they wanted that Swedish striker and they're backing it with a big contract. At 27 years of age, Viktor Gyokeres is coming into his prime. We all know that strikers come into their prime 27 to 32. That's what you'd say in their remit of that. And that's what Viktor Gyokeres is now entering. And he's coming back to the Premier League, to a country that he's familiar with. And now Arsenal are really sniffing blood for that title race. They want that Premier League. Everyone knows it. The fans know it. Rival fans know it. The board know it. They must deliver. Mikel Arteta knows it. And now they've got their hitman up top. He signed, sealed, delivered. No questions need to be asked. Now it's just waiting to see Viktor Gyokeres in that Arsenal shirt. And how will he do? The pressure is on now. What do we expect from him? But guys, make sure you do smash a like on this video. Make sure you subscribe, because Arsenal have confirmed the signature of their 27-year-old striker, who is going to be leading the line come the first day of the season when they take on Manchester United on that Super Sunday, which is going to be mental. It's going to be electric. First game of the season for both Manchester United, my football club, and Arsenal at Old Trafford, Super Sunday, 4:30. You won't see a different channel on the TV and houses of the UK, because they want to be watching that game. They want to see what Man United are about with Cunha and Mbumo, and they want to see what Viktor Gyokeres is about. They want to see what Zubimendi's about. Potentially other signings that are going to come into Arsenal. But let's talk about Arsenal, because, guys, they have now got their striker. They've tried it with Gabriel Jesus. They've tried with Kai Havertz. They've tried with Mika Marino. At times, some of them have worked. Let's not get it twisted and say they're pants. Some of them have worked at times. Remember when Gabriel Jesus came into the team at first, when he signed from Man City, he was good. He was doing what Arsenal fans wanted, linking up play, dropping in the pocket, scoring some goals. I remember their 2-0 first, I think it was the first game of the season, away at Palace on a Friday night. But then obviously injuries take part. He's not a prolific goal scorer. And then Kai Havertz has his moments, starts playing up top because he weren't working out in midfield. And it worked for a short spell. It has actually worked. Kai Havertz is a decent striker when he's actually on form. But he's not an out-and-out number 9. I feel like he's a better second striker, just playing off of Viktor Gyokeres or playing off a striker that we saw at Bayer Leverkusen. And then Mika Marino, well, we know that was just a stopgap. And it was a solid stopgap, to be fair. He came in and done what he needed to do, but there's a difference between doing what you need to do and winning titles and going on and beating the best teams. And the Arsenal fell short in the Champions League against PSG, and they fell short in the league, again, finishing second. And the fans want to change that. Arteta wants to change that. And what you need to do at Arsenal, as a board, Andrea Berta coming in, is show intent. And he's doing that because you've signed Zubimendi in the number 6 and you've signed Viktor Gyokeres as your number 9. Now, look, let's even touch on Gyökeres, because he's 27, coming in from Sporting Lisbon, and we all know the goal scoring record has been insane for Sporting Lisbon in the league in the last 2 seasons. 33 games last season, 39 goals and 7 assists. That's 46 goal contributions. And yes, people might say the league's easier, this and that. At the end of the day, we've only got to go off our proven data until we watch this guy on the pitch at Arsenal. The year before that, 33 games again, 29 goals, 10 assists, 39 contributions. So he's improved on his contributions from last season. Actually, he improved on his contributions last season to the year before, and now he steps into Arsenal's team as their main goal getter, as their main number 9. Champions League last season, 8 games, 6 goals, 1 assist. So he's done it in the Champions League as well. Yes, Sporting Lisbon didn't do as well as they probably wanted, but at the end of the day, Gyökeres still was doing his job. And, you know, people saw glimpses of him against Man City in the Champions League, hot and cold, you know, but at the end of the day, he's going to be now in the UK showing people around the world if he's really that guy. And I think that's the perfect thing for Arsenal as well. They've signed a striker that's been prolific in Sporting Lisbon, won leagues in Sporting Lisbon, and I think that's essential as well, because when you come into a big club, have you got the mentality? That's the biggest thing. Sometimes it's not the ability, it's the mentality. He has that mentality of scoring a lot of goals for Sporting Lisbon, being their main number 9, being their penalty taker, being their free kick taker, and guiding them to that Portuguese league back-to-back. Not only back-to-back, but they won the league on the last game of the season, beating Benfica to the title. That's mentality. That's pressure. Because look, we're sitting here from the UK doing this video now, myself recording it because we watch the Premier League. But at the end of the day, when you go to Portugal, Sporting Lisbon, Porto, and Benfica, they're battling out for that title. They want to win that title. It's big over there. It's the same way when people talk about Ajax players, but Ajax have a stupendous amount of pressure to go and win that Dutch league, but they haven't won it. PSV won it. And they bottled it in the last few games of the season. But Gyökeres comes with that mental pressure of knowing what it's like to play in big games in Portugal, win leagues in Portugal. And he's going to bring that to Arsenal because at the end of the day, winning breeds winning. And he's going to want to win. He's not coming to Arsenal to finish third or fourth. He's coming to say, right, I've seen what the Premier League's about. I've seen you finish second in the last few seasons. And now I want to try and bring you that title. And that aligns with what Arsenal want. That aligns with what their fans want. It aligns with what the board want. And it aligns with what Mikel Arteta wants. Because they don't want to finish second again. They don't want to finish third again. He's going in to his 6th full season. Arteta needs to deliver a Champions League or Premier League in a lot of people's eyes. And I understand it because you've been backed. You've got your number 9 now. You've got your striker. He's also played in the UK, by the way, because he was very good at Coventry in his last season before leaving. He gets the physicality. He understands what it's like to play in the UK. So that adjustment period ain't really going to be there. You've done your thing at Coventry before you got your big move. You know what it's about. And I would say the Championship is more physical than the Premier League. If I'm wrong, let me know. But that's what I think personally. So you've got your number 9. Viktor Gyokeres, what will you do this season? I'm going to say that Viktor Gyokeres has to be looking to hit 20 league goals. Viktor Gyokeres has to be looking to hit 20 league goals this season. He's going to get chances in that team. He is going to get chances in that team. Bukayo Saka, one of the best creators on that right-hand side, very unselfish, can whip in great crosses, can get to the byline, cut it back. He can take on players and create moments out of nothing. Viktor Gyokeres is probably going to now be on penalties. I expect him to say, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to grab it. I want that ball. I want to get goals. So you get penalties, I think. You're going to have Martin Odegaard in behind you, a creative player that's now going to be able to get forward in them little pockets and know he's got a striker to find in front of him, either on the last man or, linking up play. Viktor Gyokeres is that guy. He's going to be looking with Odegaard to build that connection. Then you've got Martinelli and Madueke on the wings on the left-hand side at the moment. Not the best creators, but they can create. And I think having Madueke there is a different profile to Martinelli, who's more going to run in behind. Put that aside, Madueke, ball to feet, left-footed naturally, can whip balls into the box, can make darts in behind the right back, square it across, Gyökeres can tap it in. I'm just trying to think of different ways that Arsenal will score goals, because Arsenal are more likely going to dominate 75% of the ball against 75% of teams on the ball. So Gyökeres, the only question mark I have is what's he going to be like in the box? In terms of, yes, I've seen him score a lot of tap-ins and stuff like that, but he ain't going to get the space to run into like he was getting at Sporting Lisbon on the transition, running in behind, taking on players, cutting in from the left and lashing it top bins. You're going to have to be very intelligent with your movement. You're going to have to feed off some scraps. You're going to have to deal with 4 defenders around you and try and, get yourself in the end of crosses. Arsenal will find a way to score goals. Don't get it twisted. But that's my only worry with Viktor Gyokeres in terms of we haven't seen him enough in terms of, okay, if teams sit deep, how is he going to adapt? How are Arsenal going to unlock that key? Because that was something that Arsenal struggled with slightly last season. But like I said, I feel like they're one signing away. And that could potentially be the Eberiche Eze, who they're linked to. Can play on the left, very creative, can play in the 10 role as well and give Odegaard that competition. That's a signing I think that Arsenal could make, and that'll be the final tick in the jigsaw. 100%. The final piece in the jigsaw, should I say. Just giving them another creative outlet, because without Saka on the right, which he's nailed down that spot. Nwaneri can obviously play there, of course, but starting 11, Saka. Martin Odegaard's the only sort of 10-ish player with that creativity. If he's off it, who's in there to really do that? Because I don't think Nwaneri's going to get the chance yet, maybe in that position. Eze's that guy, Premier League proven, can do it. Perfect age at 27 again, I believe. They can make that signing happen. He'll definitely move to North London. And last but not least, the interesting one's going to be Declan Rice, because now Zubimendi's in that pocket, controlling games, dictating the tempo. That is going to be perfect for Declan Rice. That is going to be perfect for Declan Rice to now break forward, break lines, arrive in the box late, get on the end of things, and his goal contributions are also going to go up. So it's going to be very interesting now to see how Arsenal do things. Now you've got a natural Zubimendi there. You've got Declan Rice that can get forward, Odegaard, and if they sign Eze, perfect. But Gyökeres, this is your time now. Arsenal have signed you, 5-year deal. Can you step up and find them that Premier League title? I'm setting you a bar, 20 league goals. And I don't think that's crazy, people. He's going to get chances. If he stays fit, 20 league goals for Viktor Gyokeres. Let's see what happens, people. Arsenal sign their striker, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Bless up.